What is up, guys? Delboy here. So Dmitry Bivol stops Trent Broadhurst by a first round knockout to retain his WBA light heavyweight championship. Dmitry Bivol was obviously upgraded to the full light heavyweight WBA champion after Badou Jack vacated, and this was his first defence. And it was a weak defence, but it was what it was, really. I know they struggled to get opponents. I know Sullivan Barrera said he wanted to take that fight, but judging by his track record lately, I mean, this is a guy who turned down a couple $300,000 against Kovalev. He turned down the Beterbiev fight. Would he have fought Bivol for peanuts? I don't think so personally, but yeah, Bivol versus Trent Broadhurst, it was what it was. Bivol done his job, and he looked pretty good doing it. I've been on record in saying that I think Dmitry Bivol is the best prospect at light heavyweight, and I suppose you can't call him a prospect anymore because he holds a world title, but I always rated him above Alexander Vodzik and Marcus Brown and people like that. I think Bivol has a lot of upside. I really do. He's got a lovely jab that he varies from body to head, and also the jab is varied in speed. So sometimes it'll be a quick jab, sometimes it'll be a heavy jab. The jab is varied. He can use it in a multitude of ways. You know, he can use it to gauge the distance, he can use it as a defensive tool, he can use it as a offensive weapon, and he can use it to set up his shots. His jab is very educated, his distance control is very educated, and the right hand counter is extremely good, and a straight right hand in general is extremely good. Trent Broadhurst didn't offer any resistance. He got dropped early on in the round. I didn't see what really happened. It looked like a clash of heads, but the referee called it a knockdown. But he beat the count. He gets up. He tries to steady himself, tries to throw a few shots, but Bivol is finding the target with a jab. He catches Trent Broadhurst with a nice right hand after the knockdown. Broadhurst takes it, but fairly close after that right hand, towards the end of the round, Bivol lands another lovely right hand behind a jab that catches Trent Broadhurst bang on the chin, and it dropped him hard, and Trent Broadhurst couldn't beat the count. Or the referee basically waved it off straight away because it was a heavy fall, it was a heavy knockdown, and yeah, Trent Broadhurst couldn't have got up. So, a destructive performance from Dmitry Bivol. And I mentioned him earlier, Sullivan Barrera is the mandatory challenger for Dmitry Bivol's title. Is Barrera going to take that fight? I'm not sure because, as I said earlier, I mean, he's turned down Kovalev for a few $100,000. I think he was offered something like $300,000, which isn't chump change. You know, Barrera is 35 years old. He's not really got a fan base. Is he going to get that money anywhere else? I'm not sure. So is he going to take a mandatory defense against Dmitry Bivol? I'm not so sure. I would love to see the fight. I think it's a great fight. To me, Barrera has come on leaps and bounds since his loss to Andre Ward. I felt he was very good in his win over Shabransky, you know. And I would love to see Bivol versus Barrera. But Barrera's been on some... He's turned down a couple of fights recently, and it's not been a good look because Pereira has been fighting well recently, and he's been in some good form. So I hope he takes this fight. I really do. I think Bivol versus Barrera is a very good light heavyweight fight, and it will tell us a lot about both guys. You know, it will tell us a lot about Bivol's credentials in the light heavyweight division because we could compare his performance to Andre Ward, if it even beats Barrera at all, because Barrera is a tough fighter, good boxing ability, good jab, good right hand, good timing, good power. So I would love to see Bivol versus Barrera next. That's a fight I'd like to see. There's no reason it shouldn't get made because, as I mentioned, Sullivan Barrera is the mandatory challenger for Bivol's WBA title. So he's an exciting fighter, is Dmitry Bivol. As I said, good skills, good jab, good timing, good right hand, and he's exciting. And he's still young, so he's going to improve. I think he's like 26 years old, so he's still got room for improvement. Definitely one to keep your eye out for. and I'm sure he's going to be in some exciting fights. And I think he can go all the way, I really do. Post Andre Ward, I think the division is wide open. Obviously Stevenson is a man, but he's 40 years old, he's not going to be around forever. I think Bivol is one of the names that I would expect to be at the top of the light heavyweight division for the next 5 or 6 years or so. I think he's a very good fighter. What do you guys think? How do you rate Dmitry Bivol? Have you seen him before this fight? What do you guys think? Peace.